Megan Hicks of I Run Far. I'm with Jared Hazen. It's the day of the 2022 Canyons by UTMB 100k.
Mm-hmm.
You took a podium position. You got that golden ticket.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm a little sore and tired at the moment, but yeah, pretty happy to have a good race back on the Western States Trail and to get my ticket back to States. So caught it the last minute.
That was the primary goal of today?
Yeah. So I previously attempted this year to get a golden ticket at the Black Canyon 100k and wasn't quite ready yet. So I dropped out of that race. And so this was the last opportunity and put in a little bit more training and felt a lot better today and had a good one. So it was nice to get it done.
Awesome. Talk a little bit about the day. Like, the men's race was really fun to watch in that it was a huge pack of guys basically together and then just gently stringing out over 25 miles.
Yeah, it started like pretty quick, and the first part of the course is pretty runnable, especially like to driver's flats, like mile 16, and then like a couple miles downhill to the river. It's like through 18, it's pretty quick. And I was struggling a little bit on that part. Just like I wanted to be up front because like I knew, what position I wanted to be in, and then like I tend to do better if I'm like close to the competition, like have an idea of like what's going on. I don't like to be too far back. But it definitely was like made me a little worried. But as soon as we hit like Cal Street and started climbing up to Forest Hill, it really started to feel good. I think like the kind of grindier uphill, like the pace slowing down a little, helped me out. And so like I had a really strong like climb up to Forest Hill and was like feeling good about things. And I ran like most of that climb by myself. I ran a little bit with Dave Stevens, and then but like a lot of it by myself, and then like ended up at Forest Hill like just a couple minutes back of the leaders, Adam and
David, right?
David Sinclair.
Sinclair.
So that was cool. Like I was like nice to like independently kind of run like a similar time to them. So I'd taken like a little break to use the restroom like right before the climb. So like they had like was with them, and then like they were kind of gone. So it was kind of cool. It was nice to just be like 16 miles later or 15 miles later, like we were still pretty close.
Yeah, you didn't lose any.
Yeah.
Ground there.
So from Forest Hill to Michigan Bluff, I had like one of my low points of the day and was like moving a little bit slower. So they had gotten like a few more minutes by the time we'd shown up at Michigan Bluff, and then we went through the canyons, at least the first one. And by the time we got to Deadwood, they'd like gotten a few more, it sounded like. But I was still feeling good. So it was like, and I was in third, and I knew we were running fast, and I kind of thought that there probably wasn't like a fourth guy that was that close. So I was like, felt confident that I was in a good position to get the golden ticket. And then like...
You just felt like maybe you didn't have contact with the guys in front of you, but you were thinking there's got to be enough of a gap that you're feeling safe. Yeah,
because I had been like getting updates that we were like way under course record pace.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way like there's like a
Nobody
fourth
else
guy
is here.
like also under course record pace, which ended up being true, but I had no like real data to back
just
that
how
up.
your mind is thinking about things.
Yeah. But then like I was like trying to be careful. I was like getting a little crampy and didn't want to like go crazy hard and like blow up. But in like the last 10 miles, I like gave it a little gas and I think closed the gap on David a little bit. But then it sounded like at the same time Adam was pulling away.
Okay.
But like I think Adam beat me like 15 minutes and David like maybe like 6 minutes or so. So it was like fairly close.
It was a good race.
Yeah. But I was always like chasing. I wasn't ever really racing them. But it felt like a good race, yeah.
Yeah. It looked like all of you arrived to Deadwood like the first time. So what is that, mile 40
Yeah.
15 or 16 miles to race. Everybody looked a little hot. Did it actually get hot for you for a bit there?
Maybe a little, like, yeah, like kind of hot and humid a bit in the canyons, and nothing too bad. And then, like, immediately after Deadwood, like, it was snowy, so that, like, kind of went away.
Was gone. You had another problem then?
Yeah. But, like, we did, like, a 5-mile loop above Deadwood that was pretty runnable and quick. And then, like, would kind of the last, like, hard 10 miles, and, like, even the bottom of that canyon was a little hot. But then, like, again, like, by the top of the climb, it was snowy again. It was cold, so the heat wasn't a huge factor for us. Yeah.
Was there anything, like, I guess the way that I thought about the finish being like 10 miles, 3,000 feet, like slightly reminiscent of Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Type stuff, like ending a run with a hard uphill. Was there any familiarity to that, or were you just like, oh Lord?
Yeah, I felt like decent, so that was good. It would have really sucked till I got to the bottom of that canyon feeling bad, because it was like a long, I guess probably 8 miles by the time of, like, climbing to the finish, because you do like a couple miles downhill from Deadwood, and then, like, you start climbing up. But that trail was really hard because it's, like, pretty steep the first half of the climb, and the footing was not very good. There was a lot of, like, loose rock. So, like, I kind of thought, I was like, oh, like, maybe I'm reeling them in a little bit, like, on the descent. But then as soon as, like, I started climbing, I was moving pretty slow. I was like, I don't think I'll be catching anybody, like, moving this pace.
I'm trying really hard, but...
Yeah. But, like, I was content to just kind of, like, plug my way up the hill. And the last 3 miles were, like, extra hard, with, like, a ton of slushy snow and icy puddles that were, like, kind of brutal.
It was, like, slightly humorous, the scene.
Yeah.
Of you guys trying to... I mean, you proverbially, not you specifically, but just trying to get up the nonsense at the end.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the climbing was done, which was kind of nice. Like, it wasn't very steep anymore, but it was, like, gradually uphill. But it was, like, it was so cold and slippery. It was just huge puddle after huge puddle that was all slush. And, like, more than anything, like, my feet hurt so bad just being, like, iced, you know, for a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And, like, at times I wanted to cry. But I was in a good mood. Like, as soon as, like, I, like, stepped on pavement, I was like, oh, okay, like, it's over.
I think I'm going to pursue road running.
Yeah.
Last question for you. The next time you'll see this region, the temperature will most likely be quite a bit hotter.
Yeah.
You've already had some pretty incredible runs at Western States over the years. What makes you... Why are you coming back? What do you got to do here?
Well, I'd love to win Western States.
Okay.
Certainly easier said than done. But yeah, like, I mean, it's been, like, a big part of my running career. Like, it definitely kind of, like, launched me, you know, into, like, new categories, like, a couple different times.
Yeah. Twice, eh?
Yeah, like, kind of big step ups and stuff. So, and, like, yeah, I really like it here, and, like, I like the course. Like, I like it. I like that it's runnable, but it's still like challenging. Like, there's still, like, some climbing, and it's not, like, crazy fast.
Yeah.
Like, the heat adds an extra element of difficulty. So I don't know. I really like the 100-mile distance, and like, Western States is kind of like the biggest race we have.
Yeah.
And yeah, now, like, I've done it a few times. It has, you know, some personal meaning for me too. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to seeing you again. We'll turn snow to heat. We'll turn around and go the other direction.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to chase you downhill.
Yeah.
Congratulations on your 3rd place finish.
Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome. There was, like, a mouse thing. I would like it to stay there. Just be great.